Hey guys, what's up? This is Just Lovely Maddie with another YouTube tutorial video. So, just to let you guys know, this one was highly requested. Videos on ringworm and how to get rid of it. I am a mother of a lovely little 4-year-old boy. He went to daycare in May. He actually contracted ringworm in his hair. Note to self and note to other people, don't let anybody put anything in your baby's hair. They kept putting these rubber bands into his dreadlocks and they felt like the locks were in his face and stuff, but like they weren't bothering him. Unfortunately, this was an at-home daycare, so I can't necessarily sue for it, and we had to cut off all of his hair, and I was very upset. But he contracted ringworm in his scalp. I took him to the doctor and had to pay out of pocket, and it is very costly. So the first time that we took him to the doctor, I went the cheaper route with it. I took the second formula of the medicine that the doctor actually recommended for us. I had him take it to the T, never missed a dosage at all. Ultimately, at the end of the 2 months that he was taking his medication, he still had ringworm. So, unfortunately, in August, when the ringworm came back, I decided to get the more expensive medicine, which was around $400. Since he had ringworm in the house, it's a really touchy situation. You have to wash everything in hot water, and even when you do that, it still ends up kind of coming back. And there's certain things like you can't really bleach, but you try your hardest, and Lysol doesn't kill everything. So I actually ended up contracting ringworm from my son on my back. And since, again, I said I didn't have any insurance, I decided to go and do my research and figure out what I could find. I'm not a doctor. These are just my motherly things that I've learned that I'm going to pass on to you. So there's a bunch of YouTube videos that talk about scraping it with a knife and putting bleach on it and a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to hurt yourselves. Please. There are so many crazy videos out there. This is the reason why I'm doing the video. So, 2 ways to get rid of ringworm. Fast, easy. Number 1, bentonite clay. Alright? So I found bentonite clay actually at one of the local African stores that was around me. As you can see, it's almost empty. I use it for face masks, things like that. It's a really good type of clay that pulls out pores and pulls out bacteria, right? So with the bentonite clay, you simply take a little bit of it into a small container, like such, and you mix these ingredients. You have, number 1, vinegar. Number 2, of course, the clay. Then I actually put in a little bit of tea tree oil, a couple drops of tea tree oil, and also a couple drops of lavender oil. And you mix them together until they form like a paste. It smells amazing. It smells like the spa. Here it is right here. Definitely, you guys, get the lavender oil because that just makes it smell amazing. If you don't like lavender, it's perfectly fine. You can have it just the way it is because it actually doesn't smell like anything on its own. You take the bentonite clay and you put it on the spot that you actually have the ringworm. So I washed it with a little bit of antibacterial soap or black soap. I dried it very nice and dry, and then I just kind of smeared a little circle of the cream on it, and I kind of got all the surrounding area to make sure that the clay would stay on. So this is a very messy process, so that's just a warning to you guys. I put it on right before I went to sleep. I usually put it on twice a day for about 2 to 3 weeks, and the ringworm was completely gone. It was phenomenal, perfect. It was cheap. The bentonite clay was probably about $6, and then the vinegar and everything else I just kind of had at my house. How you know it's working is when it starts to dry out. What happened was when I put it on, I put bandages on it and everything. I even put like one of those big like kind of bandages they use in the hospital and kind of taped it and stuff. It just crumbles when you sleep and starts to get those cracks into it, right? Luckily, I just had another bedroom that I was sleeping in while my girlfriend was sleeping in a completely opposite bedroom, so we wouldn't spread it amongst each other. But unfortunately, she ended up getting it too. Didn't end up getting it until actually just recently, around December. You really gotta make sure it gets out of the house. It's a process. So now we're using color safe bleach to wash all of the clothes and just try to make sure that everything is as clean as possible. You don't go barefoot because when you go barefoot, it's easier to go around the house and stuff like that. So she ended up getting it on her arm. The second way to get rid of it is actually with your own bodily, beautiful fluids that you have yourself. which is your urine.
Our tails don't pee on me.
Yay, urine. Once I told my girlfriend about this process, she was excited. And she was like, oh, I have magical pee. When you have like a fungal infection, or your pee is actually very sterile. And so what she did is actually she pissed into a cup and she took a cotton swab, dipped a little bit, and she would just dab it on the area where she had her ringworm. Her ringworm was gone in about 2 to 3 weeks as well. Same kind of process, but it was a lot faster and of course a lot cheaper, definitely. So those are the 2 ways that I recommend to get rid of ringworm. I am a firm believer in a lot of holistic practices and medicines for us, and sometimes they can be better, and most times they are better for us than the doctor's Western medicine. But in certain cases, Western medicine is better and faster. You do what you gotta do to make sure that your kids are okay and that your kids are safe and that they're perfectly fine. But now he is this beautiful, healthy little boy, and everything's taken care of. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, definitely subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. And I look forward to the other videos that I have coming out. Bye guys, thanks.